Well, a new ad attacking the Tea Party running in Times Square. A consumer advocacy group hopes to rally liberals before the November midterms by labeling the Tea Party, quote, insane. You're seeing some of the ad on your screen right now. It doesn't have any sound, just these words, as you can see, that kind of talks to, well, being mad as hell. Jamie Court is president of the group running the ad, consumerwatchdog.org. The ad is promoting his new book, The Progressive's Guide to Raising Hell. And Jamie, we just saw part of the ad where you say the Tea Party is insane. Why do you think the Tea Party is insane?
Well, we asked the question, if you're mad as hell and think the Tea Party is insane, what do you do? We call the question because I personally do think it's insane to give the reins of government over to people who would largely dismantle it. But that's not what we did with the ad. What we did with the ad was raise the question. We raised the question because our biggest concern in this economic crisis is getting health insurance rate hikes under control, getting the foreclosure situation under control, getting Wall Street greed under control. And you cannot have a government under the terms the Tea Party wants it take away the powers and do those things. And we think that's what the public's angry about. Those corporate problems, the Wall Street problems, and the only way to deal with it is through effective regulation, through effective accountability for politicians, absolutely, but also accountability for Wall Street. And if the Tea Party has its way, we won't do it.
You know, Jamie, it's interesting. We had a Tea Party panel on the show earlier just to ask the question, what is the Tea Party? Because it seems like there's a lot of different groups that are standing for a lot of different things, some of which seems to kind of resonate with you as well. Have you ever been to a Tea Party rally? Have you ever participated in one of those groups?
I've actually debated the Tea Party.
But have you been to have you been to one of the rallies just to see what it was about?
No, I've read the documents. I've read what the positions are. I've watched what the candidates say. I mean, you know, in the book I talk about our history of 20 years at the ballot box, fighting real populist politics, bringing left and right together to regulate auto insurers in California, regulate health insurers, take on oil companies, take down politicians. I mean, I go after Democrats and Republicans when they're involved in cash register politics. I don't really have a party I prefer. I'd like an honest politician, but I can tell you this. What is the policy after the Tea Party or its candidates take control of government? The policy I see in writing is all about taking away the power of the agencies that will rein in the corporations. And while there is a lot of talk, I will acknowledge this, that sounds a lot like what I would say in terms of getting Wall Street under control or worried about how high the cost of health insurance is, the answers are not there. And I also worry about the people behind the Tea Party, because we have oil tycoons like the Koch brothers, the Tea Party, funding, for instance, a greenhouse gas emissions repeal in California on the ballot, Prop 23, and the Tea Party's fighting with them. So I wonder if people's anger is being misused.
So, Jamie, that's an interesting question about funding. Running this video on Times Square is not cheap. Where are you getting the money to do that?
Well, we've been doing this for 20 years. I have our funding is about a third from the insurance companies that we sue to lower rates. They have to pay us when we beat them at our California Department of Insurance. A third from grants that we get from charitable foundations that are public, and another third from major donors. We have done very well by lowering auto insurance rates in the state. We've challenged rate hikes, have saved the public on the public record about $1.3 billion. And we challenge an unnecessary hike. The insurance companies pay us money, and we're free to use that money as we see fit.
Yeah, it sounds like you, as you mentioned, doing this for 20 years. So who are some of your big donors?
As I said, the companies we sue, but we also have a lot of foundations that have helped us over the years. If people want to know, they're welcome to get in touch with us. But I mean, it's a roll call of foundations across America. The funds for this project are really tied to us wanting to promote the website and what we do. And if people want to find out more, they should just come to consumerwatchdog.org and learn about us, email us. We're happy to talk to them.
And that's why we invited you on, because we wanted to definitely hear your point of view. Just like a final question here just about politics today. You know, one of the complaints about Washington is that it is so divisive, that there is no bipartisanship, that people can't come together. And I just wonder about this ad and whether or not that's helping the public and trying to come together to start any type of social movement, whatever your point of view is.
Well, I'll tell you what, anger is what fuels change. The reason we had yesterday a law taking effect that say insurance companies can't cancel you for an innocent omission on your enrollment application after you get in the hospital and rack medical bills was because there was bipartisan anger at the insurance companies over the practice. That's the politics we play. We get people angry at corporations to get government to rein them in. We're very clear about that. And if we can get people focused on corporate abuses, we can change practices. We can, I get calls from people of all stripes who have problems with their health insurance companies. I want to have laws to back that up. I don't want the government not to be able to pass those laws. So we put this ad out there to get people's anger, involvement, but we want it focused on the right target, the people who've caused our financial crisis, the people who are raising our insurance rates, not in an amorphous way, just rolling back the powers of government.
And Jamie, we appreciate you joining us today to explain that, and maybe we'll have some Tea Partiers back with you and we can all have a discussion about it, but we really appreciate it.
I'd love to have a tea party with the Tea Party.
Hey, why
if they're
not?
welcome to join
that sounds
me.
inventive. I like it, Jamie.
Or
Jamie
tea time with the Tea Party.
Tea time. ConsumerWatchdog.com. Jamie, thank you.